Can Pain prove us wrong? Can they prove the world wrong? I think Dust 2 is their best chance.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely been a map where... okay. I was going to say, other teams have managed to do damage versus Liquid. We're talking about some of the best teams in the entire world, so it's a different ball game altogether. I'm liking this, though, from Pain. They're not changing their game plan whatsoever. They're going to fight them for every piece of ground that they can, and Team Liquid have already been caught.
Exactly. This is something that Nekis said in the interview, and it's good to see them follow up on that commitment. Elige down low, 27 HP, joined alongside Fallen. As it looks like they will at least get a post plant, so opportunities will be available for assault rifles next round, regardless of what happens at this point, but they want to lock it down. Fallen spots at least one player up on short. I think you can hear two players now shooting at him. That will be relayed to Elige, who's now holding the long angle, trying to shut down the CTs. PKL's been tagged, but Fallen has been put down with authority. And now Elige has to try and clutch this 1-on-3, and Big Azera says no. Pain Gaming take first blood.
And what they've done relatively well in this round, if you look at what is remaining in terms of utility for Liquid, it's just flashbangs. It leaves so many openings for peaks to come in, solid flash as well to give safe the first. That's the bomb. They know exactly where this play is going, and they need to isolate this man, and that is a lot easier said than done, especially with the weaponry currently available for Liquid. They are being picked apart one by one, and Fallen trying his best to buy time for the flank. But at this stage, I feel like they're probably going to realize where Nav's coming from.
Oh, now they definitely know. He's rattled off a couple of shots with the Deagle, and they will swarm him in. Now, they all have rifles, so any kills at this point would have been worthwhile, which is a classic, the double hit. You smoke over on Catwalk, drop a couple players down, the rest push onto the A site. Now, Liquid have taken a long time here, and Big Azera, even while Flash, still connects the headshot, and that is Hardsound now showing the position I was just touching on. This crossfire is excellent. Exquisite play from Pain, and even though they will concede the bomb plant potentially, although actually, that being said, the bomb hasn't crossed just yet. I thought it was in the hands of Grim. It still needs to make a move over there. Even if they do concede the bomb plant, it still should go the way of the Brazilians, because the HP is so low on Grim, time is scarce, and Safe has just picked off Naf. They won't even get a bomb plant. They're just juggling the bomb forever. If you do want to try and take executes, we'll just sit in off angles, we'll sit in crossfires, and we'll just basically teamwork you out of the rounds. But Elige catches Hardsound out in the open with a flash, and even though Big Azera flicks down to Elige, he's been fragged out as well. Nexisto steps up. It's a 2-2 trade. And somehow Pain actually hold on to long. When they lost kills that early on, I feared the worst for them. PKL, though, off angle, nearly gets the kill onto Stewie, but the AK triumphs. Even though he was headshot, Stewie will limp towards the site on 10 HP.
It came down to basically a couple of kills being needed from Big Azera. And well, this time, it's not going to be the case. Nekis is still here, though. The first one should be for free. A little bit awkward, but there he gets taken down. That said, it's not the end of the world. Big Azera's positioning, they're going to boost up. This is mad. Elige looks like he's watching for this. This is so insane. He just watches them poke their head out. So it's a game of whack-a-mole for Elige as he'll get himself 2 kills. And this round is looking all but over, but Nekis quickly manages to find a couple. Unfortunately, the time seems to be ticking away. Even with the frags, they're going to need to get onto this bomb right now, and they just don't have it. Very, very close for Pain, but Liquid will get their second. He might be on high ping, but he can still look to try and find those entries. Now, they've actually going to be caught with nades in hand. The Big Azera, again, a risky peek, one that pays off. And they've still got multiple players ready and waiting for this push to come in. Hardsound gets hard cleared, and Stewie manages to open up the B site. Again, it is the B site that falls. This time, though, I feel like there might be more opportunity for a retake.
There is, especially with Nekis getting so much information and so much real estate pushing around the back of the T's right now. He's already moving towards tunnels, but Fallen has read the situation perfectly. So many repetitions at the top level of Counter-Strike. You cannot fool this man. And now he's about to get peeked potentially by 2 players. The flash isn't perfect, but the jump across baits out the shot. And that should allow Pain Sanctuary to save these 2 weapons. Means, of course, that Liquid will be posting up yet another round, 4 in a row now, I believe. And I completely agree with your assessment, Tom. Eventually, you're going to start to see the likes of Elige step up to the plate with the rest of the team. Safe, it's another one to Grim, actually, so he makes this really costly.
I think it's been the better of the 2 sites for them to hit. They've avoided that AWP of Safe, and again, it's just going to be a fast take.
Straight out into the open. The flashbang is perfect. It saves the life of Grim, but not for much longer. Hardzao cleans him out. PKL still behind the car. They're still holding this one down, and Fallen and Leash finally get themselves some success. But is it too little too late? Again, Nekis is quickly wrapping around the back. Bomb yet to get planted. They're tickling this, trying to draw out one of the CTs into the open, but they know they have the ace up the sleeve. They've got Nekis that's making so much movement towards the tunnels that by the time they've got this planted, he may get there way quicker than they anticipate. You can see Leash is darting back and forward. He's not sure which angle to cover. He's basically covering 3 angles by himself. And as good as he is, the timing may work against him. He needs to peek up and get one headshot really quick. And Fallen goes straight in with the AK, leaving it all down to Nekis with the FAMAS in hand. As much as I was talking about that flank, at this stage, they know where he is, and he has nearly no chance at clutching. Great shot from Fallen. Beautiful hold by Liquid. Taken by and large control over the site. Now, the bomb still needs to make a move in. It's still on catwalk with Fallen, so it'll take a little while before he joins the rest of the troops. Grim's gone down to the hands of Hardzao, and with the death onto Grim, that's pretty much a kick up the backside for Liquid to get that bomb down right here, right now.
This is the true test. I've questioned their retakes thus far. This is a 4-on-3. This should be theirs to be had, and a solid start. Flashbang over, Fallen in position. He's not going to get anything, and Safe, in the meantime, will pick off a Liege. Make that one look easy.
They're going to just continue going in for this. Safe is watching for that potential cross for the plant, and again he connects. This time it's a Liege. And a slight bit of smoke in the way, nearly doubles up as well. The bomb has been planted, but yet again, it's a post-plant where Pain have the player advantage. Grim goes in for 1, and that is so important for the rest of Liquid. Had he have gone down without a fight, a 5-on-3 would have been taking shape. I would have put so much more pressure on the likes of Naf, who eats tons of damage from that Molotov. Stays in there a couple seconds too long. PKL peels off the head of Stewie, and now Fallen stuck at the back of the site alongside Naf is going to try and clutch it out. Naf is spinning around. There's 3, but he can't quite get 4. And there is a kit in the hands of Hardziao, so he should have just about enough time for the defuse. Such a nice effort from Naf, but unfortunately, it won't be good enough. Down to 13 through the doors. Nekis also took a stray bullet down to 62. So in terms of softening up the targets, Liquid really couldn't have asked for much of a better start. It just got a whole lot better as Fallen decapitates Bigazera. That will be an upgraded M4. Hardzao, though, does at least clear out the B aggression for the time being. The scout peeks in and Hardzao doubles up.
I'm actually surprised that they haven't put more emphasis on B plays, because other than the sort of 1 round where they got slaughtered, they were having some pretty decent success, especially through mid, but the short plays really weren't working out too well. There's so much damage done here. Fallen actually in with a chance. 3 players tagged. They're going to push into his position. I think he might get caught out from the tunnels, though, and it eventually ends. A 9-6 half.
Indeed, 5-0 to 6-5 in Liquid's favor, and then Pain Gaming came back and hit their stride again. Second pistol will be so vitally important. First one did go the way of the Brazilians, and now Liege has a couple chances, but the flashbang is perfect. Grim was fully flat. Stewie, though, spins around and pivots in for 2, and he keeps the player advantage for his teammates. PKL taking tons of damage, finished off, and more importantly, the bomb has been spilled out in catwalk, which leaves Safe in a 1-on-3. He's been so ridiculous with the AWP, but how is his Glock aim?
A man himself, his spidey senses are tingling, but I feel like timing's going to be everything, especially with how low Naf currently is. He's going to actually get it. He even peaks perfectly in time. Safe. And, well, what will likely be a conversion. Really looking at Pain to see what they can do here. With the Deagle being dropped, I think all chances of any real damage should have gone out the window here. Although it does look like at least he may be low, but he's still taking all of the fights. Nekis, I guess, hoping that they've abandoned long, but Grim doesn't really have a reason to move.
Yeah, love the aggression from Alish. He knows that they're going to have AKs into the next round. If he loses the MP9, then so be it.
Zera, he's actually just going to run straight down mid and does manage a kill, but there comes Naf. Straight back with the AUG, and while this may have been somewhat of a bonus round, but it doesn't matter. Safe again is going to be left alone within the first 25 seconds of the round. This whole team are dead. Garner them a bomb plant in the next, and that could change things at least a little bit. But this has been a solid start from Liquid. And more importantly, as you sort of mentioned, you premised the round,
Yeah, precisely. And a lack of utility suggests there probably won't be Molotovs finding their way on the site, which means that Stewie's position is that much more safe. I say that as PKL passes a deagle around through his eyes, and now Elige has to try and deny the bomb plant. He's trying to tap himself in, but they've already overwhelmed and swarmed the site. We will be reaching a post-plant scenario. It's important for Elige to survive. The spray is on point for 2, but now he's fallen, and suddenly Pain have a player advantage.
Okay, PKL, just wide swings. You've got a minute advantage and you don't have any armor. Why not, though? Why not take a risk, take a peek? And there was nothing that made me think they would be able to win that one. Like, even look at the setup. A player on site, a player watching for the cross, and a player towards long, and they kill all 3 without much trouble at all. There has been no one even close to him throughout. The next highest is still 8 kills behind him, and that's Elige, a previous, well, top 3 player in the world. Top 4. Can't remember. Either way. And what? Trying to make his way through. Speak of the man, and he's now going to be put under pressure once again.
They've given this away, though, because they go for that pre-fire around the corner, and Elige had a chance. He had a glimmer, and he took a player, and he took 90 health off PKL. Labored spray will afford the opportunity for Grim to get a frag just before he jumps into the crosshair of Safe. Another post plant and another opportunity to try and save onto the AWP. But there is a very quick rotation coming in from Safe with the AWP. He is trying to hunt down the prey of Stewie and gets the better of him, out-peaking 2 players, fallen first in the first kill of the round, and then full circle for Stewie on the final. Oh, there's going to be a lot of hype behind Safe. There's no doubt about that. I've already seen a ton of it just off yesterday's performance. Imagine if they do pull off the impossible. There's a long way to go before then and now. But Big Azera puts them 1 step forward. It is against USP, so let's not get carried away about this. It's looking good for Pain to get a 12. But already Safe on 27 kills and only 8 deaths. Big Azera with another one does get dinked down from the USPs, but Safe has him covered. And it is going to be a clean sweep. Pain Gaming take a 3-round lead.
Just look at the remaining players. There's chaos being caused on the other side of the map. And you just see the clarity, as we mentioned before, of the other players just walking into B. They have almost full control. The only danger is Nav, who's managed to sneak through the smoke. He drops the bomb and at least buys his teammates a little bit of time. They'll be on spot by the time this bomb looks to be planted. Stewie, he's going through the smoke as well. This seems to be the play. Just take some risks, try and catch them out, but Hard's out is ready and waiting. 2 drop, the 3rd will fall as well, and Pain again.
And although Liquid do get another buy-in, including double AWPs, one of which is glass cannon, the nature in these last few rounds has been so brutal, but Stewie with a sublime flick down to PKL. Trying to at least mount that second gust of wind to take them towards at least overtime and potentially outright win 16-14. Second AWP is also chipped in. Fallen picks up a frag. Very important for Liquid to not just win this round, but to actually get it done convincingly. If they can survive with 4 or 5 players, that's an excellent foundation to build off.
Oh, it was close. But Stewie survives. This time Safe is out-dueled, which is not something I've said much throughout this game. Big Azera, not quite far, but it seems like they're aware of it. The flash may not have blinded him, but it does give the angle over to Naf, and now Hardtail, the only one remaining. A free kill onto Grim at least. If he can kill the second player on site, he has a chance, but Elige definitely brought a little bit of life into this Liquid squad. Again, we're going to see a lot of utility going into B, but the rest of the players yet to make a move. It has, however, garnered a bit of space for Big Azera, who is now going to start the split.
Oh, it's phenomenal as well. They're simultaneously faking A, draws away Stewie from the B site, allows them to get that free B frag and just close down B. For all, I think we've been doing Pain a little bit of disservice by saying just how aggressive they are all the time. That was such a well thought out round that had so many moving parts and components, and Liquid bit down on that hook, line, and sinker.
That's the sort of round I would like either Blair or Maui to break down, because that was perfect. Like, I honestly can't fault anything about this round, unless they all die to Fallen here trying to face him, and they won't. There's nothing I would change about that round for Pain. As you said, it was almost like they were pulling the strings. He's in desperate need of some information. You can see they're just waiting, but it's going to come from somewhere else entirely. A new challenger approaches, and it's going to be Fallen.
Odds out. Pretty straightforward kill. Doesn't pick up the AWP because he knows he needs to get over to the A site as soon as physically possible. And the AWP in this kind of a situation may not afford him too many opportunities. 20 seconds, more than enough time for the plant, which is now going down. And Bigazera is up close. He's there to try and thwart away this retake, which is pretty one-dimensional. 2 of the 3 players over on Catwalk. And Bigazera with Nekis has put them both down. And Fallen last man standing, but not for much longer. Pain Gaming have not just taken Liquid down in our first map, but they do it in style.
This is a map that, at least in the past, Fallen definitely loved to play, so I'm looking forward to seeing that at least. Already, they're going to find a kill back in this round. In fact, the flurry of them, it leaves it onto Bigazera, and this time he's not going to connect the shots. There is a flank coming in from Nekis. It's a bit of a dirty fight. Neither player going down, and he can actually fade away. However, eventually, they will kill him off. But look at the players, Vince. All low.
I've absorbed a lot of bullets. Otherwise, I think he may have just stayed his position and potentially got them all on the cross. Either way, that fake may buy him up a bit of time, but now he's been spotted. If it was a fake, it was potentially 500 IQ, but it may end up mattering very little unless Bigazera could have finished off Elige. And to be fair to him, he did tag Elige down to 25.
Still hunting. The rotations come in as well fully, and it doesn't look like there's much time to actually go for a rotation back. Bigazera, he's actually going to catch out Elige. He goes in for more, but takes a lot of damage. So do some of the players on the other side, but they should have this now. A kill coming out from Hardzal. He's going to try and catch out Fallen, who's actually running in with the bomb. There's only seconds left on the clock, but luckily, there is a cleanup from the remaining players of Liquid. It definitely wasn't clean or comfortable.
That after the first half where he got most of his kills, he slowed down and had 0 impact on the T side. No, he was a constant threat, a constant nuisance. And landing 33 kills, by the way, when the game went 16-10 is kind of outrageous, as is Elige's aim, though. Hot off the back of going in for the buy, and he's put down 2 players alone. And it could be more.
Did he hit that shot? Was that...
Hardzal, yeah.
Hardzal's down to half HP. That's ridiculous. That aimbot's come on for Elige, and... well, that's a terrifying prospect for anyone. They walk through this round like it's easy. He's currently 8-1 as well. Elige definitely having the right read, but well, you almost see the look on his face like, wow, there's nothing like that. Absolutely nothing. PKO, though, a little bit over-aggressive here. And they put a lot of pressure onto the 1A defender, Bigazera. Have to try and hold down the fort as the rotations come back in. 26 seconds on the clock, so... the T's do have to get somewhat of a move on, and that's going to be the bomb dropped. That gives a real opportunity here for Pain, especially with the flank coming in from Nekes. It's a little bit labored, but at the same time, Naf, 15 HP, surrounded. And while he's going to try and bait out the peak, but at this point, I don't think it matters anymore. The time is gone. He doesn't have anything he can do here, and will eventually fall before the time runs out. Individually, everybody's looked better thus far. It could just be down to comfort. Naf's actually going to pick off a second as they try and aggress on him again. The only issue is the bomb is on that side of the map, but with them winning almost every single duel, they'll have time to go and retrieve it. And interestingly, with the kills that have come in, they're going to pull a rotation towards the A site. They don't necessarily have to go this way.
Stewie putting out the feelers, putting out the probe over on the B site. The bomb is now transitioning up through Banana. And now that they know one player is on B, maximum of 1 is on A, they will push through. Instantly, though, Nekis is rotating, and Hardzal with the AWP puts the first bullet down range, and it connects onto Grim. Sent Mass dropping the bomb out. 15 seconds will take a bit of time for the plant, but Elige is there to bodyguard successfully onto Fallen. The grenade does connect, and there's significant damage at that, but Hardzal's AWP is all that remains for Pain Gaming. And although he tries to flick across, he's missed his chance, and that may be the only opportunity he gets to clutch this round now. Flash is good, and Liquid just need to hold position. They have everything covered off. They have his retreat covered off. They have any progression also dead to rights, and it's Elige that puts the AK to use with his 2 kills in the round.
Yeah, the problem is that the B-side AWP's a pretty big risk. It's fairly easy to isolate, although Hardzal doing a decent job to start. However, they quickly fall, leaving just one man standing. Nekis to try and hold the line of push through the smoke, and actually, he somehow manages to win that duel, and in the meantime, his teammates pick off the remaining 2. A second round for Pain. I don't know, I feel like there's going to be a point of realization that might just be a little bit too late. It is. PKL is like, oh, surprise. They've walked all the way through. You can't leave this much space. Safe is going to have to hit some crazy shots, and he will again. The no-scope through has given them a lifeline. Do they still expect the second player? I think they should, but it may not matter. He's the last one standing. They've killed off everybody surrounding him. Will he deny the plant? He will. So that's something at least for PKL. However, now with 2 players looking to rain down death upon him, PKL actually going to go peeking. Almost loses his life there, and Grim will finish the work of Elige. Wherever they try and take control, they have been shut down. So what do you then do at this point? Even getting nades stacked here, like different pieces being attempted. Neck is going to be shut down by Elige, and he just goes walking in and just picks apart the whole site. The last man's low. It's done. It's done. That's all they needed. 1 man. That's the only answer we found so far. It doesn't matter what they do. I think no, he's not even going to die here. Come on. Oh, no. Finally, PKL puts him down, but that's got to be frustrating. They were hoping to bring the double up into the next round. That's not even going to happen.
But without any players actually in Connector itself, Pain can't really capitalize on that. So Elige will be joining Grim. 19 kills now, by the way, as Naf gets 1, but traded out straight away from Safe. That'll give them the information that the AWP is over on B. However, they do have a secondary AWP. They may find out right now, and Stewie does. First-hand experience. He passes a bullet between the eyes of PKL, then White swings Bigazera. And Stewie, you know, we've been kind of talking up Elige a lot. Stewie's just been under the radar, getting tons of entry frags. He himself has had tons of impact. But Safe, nice shot across. Maybe he can somehow dig them out of this deep ditch that they've put themselves into. Hard out. Does get the M4 frag, and the bomb has spilled out, but it's still 45 seconds.
Oh, they expect it. They sort of do. Maybe not. I think Harzal just started to rotate. It looked like it now Safe. And they both almost wrapped around at the perfect time. A ring around the rosy. Elige is going to miss his shots, but the AWP not connecting either. Now tagging Safe low and almost just baiting him back as the bomb heads into the B site. He could catch Grim on the cross, but the smoke comes in to deny. He needs to hit it through the smoke, and nothing comes through. The peak is not enough either, and Elige almost seemed to be playing with his food. You could see the smile on Grim's face. He just had to wander around and plant the bomb.
And I'll paint 40 seconds to try and hold off the rest of Liquid. Naf, 14 kills to his name. Flashes are good. Follow-up damage isn't quite there, but Safe at least puts down the Pain with the MP9. Running out of health, but still alive just about. And now the M4 sprays in from heaven, leaving it all on Fallen, and he gets cartwheeled out by Nekis. It's 12-3. Liquid have absolutely bounced back.
As they've gone into map number 2 and Liquid dominated the first half. Just bear in mind, the third round only came in on the last one, but that's not a bad start, you know? Bigazera going to take the head straight off of Naf. Maybe they can kick things into gear on the T side. Elige already pushing through, but he will get nothing as well. It will give him a good spot to try and deny the plant. It's just more if Fallen can do some damage. Now, Stewie's found a kill on the other side of the map, but this hasn't faked any rotations out. Fallen at least needs to try and get 1 here. It could give Grim a real opportunity, especially if he manages to win his duel. And actually, there's a hell of a lot of damage coming in from this crossfire. Grim picks off the first. Fallen will eventually be dropped, but they have to get rid of this man. Planting's going to be pretty rough without him. Stewie's still trying to fight from the heavens. They brought this back into a 2v2 situation.
Get down in the water as well, so can easily pick that one up. Time plentiful, bountiful for Liquid. They've got the Glock as well, which typically will fare better up close. Can just spray a little bit more. Grim on low HP may be the sacrificial lamb. As the bomb is being stuck down on Grim is trying to hold them both off, trying to deal with this, and the defuse comes in underneath their nose, and Stewie goes down, but he goes down a hero. Have a really good read of the situation, and Pain, you have got to start pressing forward. There are no more grenades at their disposal. It will have to be dry peeking. Bigazera with the first. It's a labored spray from Elige, but finally gets 2 and nearly a third. Nekis has been sprayed down, and now it's up to Naf to put down the Pain misery, and more importantly, the barrage of bullets. The bomb's been spilled, the USB headshot to seal the deal, and that could be all she wrote for Overpass. Pain, open those floodgates, get the tidal wave in effect on the T side. But well-placed smokes. Naf's now making moves through connector. Good shot from Hard Zhao. Had no right to get that frag, but Grim's spray is good enough to fend off the 2 from Monster, and Stewie's spray transfer is a thing of beauty. 12 map points for Liquid.
Naturally, it seems like they're going chasing, realizing how low the man on that side of the map is and fallen. Well, I almost want to put that one down to Ping. He looked a little bit slow to react, and well, maybe I'm just giving him a way out. It was a nice shot connected. Elise, that's risky. He wanted the AWP so bad, he almost cooks for it. A sacrifice given to try and retrieve that gun. Will it be worthwhile, though, as he's being pressured from long as well? I think he's dead. No way he gets away with that, and he's just hand-delivered an AWP and potentially the remainder of the round. And PKL, he's not done. He wants to really punish them for this. Instead, he ends up giving up an AK.
15-4 will be the score, and Payne at least can keep on track to get a bit of pride back into the server, because it feels like quite a long time, and I'm sure for the players it'll feel even longer yet.
Have stacked 3 players on this site, so they are more than prepared for this take to come in, because no one could have fast wrapped through connector. In fact, Stewie's now going to be the 4th player, and now this push comes in. Now I think somebody has noticed, because there's been a straight turn around from Safe, but it doesn't matter. He loses the battle anyway. The time is ticking down. There's only 7 seconds left, and it looks like it's done. Bigazera's nowhere near the action. He needs the kill. It has to be the kill, and it is done. They lose in atrocious fashion. I'm sure that's going to be heartbreaking as they lose to a couple of SMGs. I think there's a Deagle in the mix as well. And while Fallen's just giggling away because I think they know they got away with one there.
Will be coming into play here. However, they need to deal with Stewie, who's been smoked off in the coffins, and Nafu stuck at the back of Dark. Oh, the headshot through the smoke, though. Speculative effort, but it's stuck the landing and does weaken them somewhat. But Naf instantly pivoted in by Bigazera. You've got a beautiful P250 over an overpass, and it's continuing that trend forward. Post-plant now after PKL, dispatches of Stewie 2K is looking that little bit more difficult for Liquid to really pull off. They will be coming through together. They have the run and gun style of the dual Berettas. Grim has picked up one, but they line up for PKL. Gets one frag of his own. Grim's dropped down to 23 HP, has no utility by his side, and he needs headshots and needs them quickly. But Bigazera will hold on to the round for Payne. But time is just ticking away. 4 players stacked from Liquid on the site, and Naf for the CZ up close. This could definitely rattle a few heads if Payne aren't careful. They get caught with a smoke out. Naf runs out of ammunition, but Leash is there with a Deagle. He misses one too many shots. Fallen, try as he may, gets stacked by multiple aggressing, assailing Payne members. And just like that, it's looking good for the 2-0. Although Grim has put a beautiful shot down onto Nekis. Maybe keeps the dream alive.
Could see about a millimeter of his head. If there was slightly less forehead on that player, they would have been alive right now. Hardzao in the pit is going to be the tougher of the 2 to clear, and Grim will fall to Hardzao as well.
And keeping up the pace from Overpass. Fallen with his AWP over at the backside of B is waiting, doesn't pull the trigger, knowing that Naf has him covered. And now he can just wait in position, pouncing in and pivoting in with the first kill for his account on the map. And getting a second on top of it. Excellent hold. Not a single life lost in the process, and just what Liquid were looking for.
So many players stacked up. Fallen's actually going to get aggressive here. Now, Safe is waiting, peeking, and actually swings straight across the angle. Fallen can't quite react fast enough, and now they have to try and clear out the graveyard, and that's where Naf will remain. It's left all on to Grim. Stewie's slowly rotating, but he won't be there fast enough to do anything about it. And a crazy shot onto PKL, but he needs plenty more of those to win this round.
3 more players to find. They know exactly where he is. He's stuck in the alcove, but he's put himself with the back to the wall intentionally for the off angle, hoping that one of Payne go for a peek. They have no reason to do so. Their positions are solid. They have the AWP of Safe that can watch middle, and the other 2 posted on the site to work together in tandem. And this is starting to get a little bit worrisome.
Yeah, I do almost wonder if they are, when they realize Fallen is on the other side, just because of this hold still coming in and the slowdown from this squad. Nekis, as said, like, the timing just seems so impeccable from him. That's another pick, another 2 in fact. And Stewie, that's incredible. 2 kills off the back of the CZ, but they're already rotating back. What? Oh, Grim's just got to feel horrible in that situation. Just drops down, gets insta headshot. He's like, don't worry, I'll try and slow them down on the rotation. Well, unfortunately, not this time.
Oh, Stewie, he's played this so well. This will be one of the plays of the entire tournament. if he can pull this one off. 45 HP left. Bigazera and Save still alive, and Bigazera, spotting a pixel at the top of his head, has taken it off and denied indeed. He will not get the player of the tournament. And then suddenly that wraparound is a distinct possibility. But Grim, spotting two players coming through on the app side, through balcony, smokes himself into position. Elige now pivots in with the Orgs, already picked up one. Grim picking up the second on a weakened PKL. And it's looking pretty good for the CTs, but now Elige has been dealt with, and with the smoke down on Library, it's funneled away Fallen. It gives Pain the opportunity to get a post plant.
Yeah, they'll slowly get surrounded in. His teammate's going to try and almost cover off towards long. It means that there's definitely an opening, but Safe has realized it. He relies on his teammate to try and watch his back, but instead actually switches his position. I feel like they doubted each other a little bit there, and because of it, Stewie's able to find both. Liquid make that retake stick, but it has to be said,
this is going to make Pain's endeavors so much more difficult. Flashes up and over, not really affecting vision at all. Stewie with the wide swing, anticipating that where one pushes, multiple will follow. And that is the correct assumption. Now, Naf missing out on his opportunity will go down, but it's still a 2-on-3. 12 seconds, a player is moving in through coffins, is smoked off momentarily, but Elige has alleviated the pressure well enough. That retake is very simple and straightforward. Liquid may be a little bit disappointed they allowed the bomb plant to come in, but they still take the round all the same. Slight gap in the smoke. Do the T's fall for this, though? If they went in for a peek right now, even with the flash, Naf was likely to hit that shot. Very unfortunately, went just beyond the gap, and they just rush him straight down. The P250 of Hardshow's claimed 2 frags, and the post plant comes in. There's an AWP. There should be a rifle somewhere on the site as well for them to pick up, but Hardshow has now been sent packing. Neck is up close with the Tech 9, one-tapping Elige. It's looking so good for the Brazilians to steal this round out of thin air.
Oh, okay, Grim. It looked like he was dead for sure. They had a crossfire set up ready to try and punish. I think as though he's desperately low, but the other players haven't actually got armor or picked up any weaponry. They're trying to boost over the top of the smoke, try and catch someone crossing. If they get Fallen, it should be round over, but it's a bit of a whiff, and the spam through kills off Safe. It leaves Bigazera alone. Both players tagged, a chance to kill them off. And while they're going to have to try and deny this, he gets both kills with the Deagle. The spam is enough, and he may go down with the ship, but I'm sure Pain will not mind. I will mention that Nekis is definitely watching for this flank, but there's only 20 seconds left. They eventually have to move. He gets the first kill, but now they look away. They don't expect Naf. He's that second man behind, but they've managed to get an entry into the site. Fallen needs to hold the line, and he gets nothing. Elite, however, will find 2. Make it a third as well to close out this round. It was desperately close in the end, and it needs to be more. Both teams again on the brink. In fact, Pain don't even have much going into this round, but we've seen them do more with less. At the same time, Grim finally springs to life. Gets his 11th kill, moves himself up the joint top of the board, and the remaining 2 players don't have a hope in this round. Safe finally puts something on the board, but it will all be traded out in the end. Liquid get their 5th and start dragging this back again.
On paper, it should have been theirs. They have been tested. They have been tried multiple times. HE, negligible damage. Thought it'd do a lot more than that, and they could actually bypass with these flashbangs. Elise, she's at the back of the site, now been dealt with. Smokes down on Pit allowed them that safe passage, and Sanctuary, now they're just clobbering and pulverizing the site. It looks like they'll end the half solidly at least, even if it's been a flurry of frags. Coming to the hands of Grim. Still in pit, still alive, albeit on 44 HP. Tries to flash up and over to allow him to at least get 1 kill and get Fallen back into this round, but he himself may be on the brink of death as he's about to get swept into from PKL. Grim with another one, 13 kills to his name, but he will not add any more, and neither will Liquid. Pain Gaming lead the half at 9-6.
That's the man with the kit. Smokes are going to go out. Will actually be put onto the left side. They're going to try and challenge in towards CT, but there's multiple players there, and the peek comes in from Nekis. He actually connects onto no one, but the distraction is enough. Eventually, he closes out Elige, and Bigazera does the heavy lifting. 3 kills for him.
How much can Liquid step up their level? Because we know that they haven't really got out of second gear just yet, if we're being honest. Nekis, though, makes sure that they will keep that stalled vehicle on the side of the road, but Naf, He's actually put the brakes onto Nekis. Hajao straight down banana, double play, double SMG rush coming straight at the teams, but it's actually going to backfire. Elite uses the SMG up against them, and they basically had nothing into this round apart from Glocks. Liquid are maybe going to bounce back instantly.
Well, can they do anything to try and stop him here? He's got a belt of utility alongside him, at least has the M4 as well. Incendiary into the back corner is actually likely to clear out a Liege. He's the man with the weapon forced into the open, but hides behind the pillar. The first kill goes his way, and now Fallen. There is that Glock to try and close what the remainder started. He's actually tapped the bomb, wraps around and finishes it off. I shouldn't be getting this excited about this sort of round, but he is as well, knowing how important that might be. Nothing invested for Liquid. So they've got 4 kills and a bomb plant off of that. Their economy's booming. They're going to have some spare cash, AKs, utility, everything they desire. And more importantly, they've now got the opener as well.
Opener in apps, putting a little bit more effort over on the A side for Pain. They've lost a second player. And Alish picking up that mantle of the entry fragger again and just exiting through the CTs at an alarming rate. They have done a decent job elsewhere on the map on B. So they can upgrade one of those M4s to the AK.
They lost so many players in the last round. They have no bonus money, and they're not going to have any loss bonus either. Yeah, it's a solid sign for Liquid so far. You've got the 2 players that were entry fragging like mad on overpass, and it's going to be Elige leading the charge. The jump up, though, actually ends up being a problem. And again, it's not bad. They haven't spotted Hardzao. Do they clear this? This could be a huge mistake. Stewie being this far aggressive could be a bigger problem. More so, Hardzao gets nothing, but there's a trade. And Nap is left only on 4 HP, trying to survive on the site. A stray bullet could remove him from this round. He's actually going to go peeking, and they steal this one away. It was not the best of buys. It was not the best of situations.
Decides to pull the plug, which was definitely the right decision. Liquid are coming up, though. Flash and Smoke preceding the push because there has been Flash twice in a row. Third Flash in a row, but PKL and Big Azera spraying down the oncoming Liquid players, evaporate them on Inferno, and it's looking like it could go from bad to worse. The Brazilians are beasting Liquid right now.
Has he spotted the player over the top of the smoke? I'm not sure he has. They're going to go for a bait and switch. I like this. So they've realized, okay, Nekis is incredibly low. Use him as bait. Throw him in. Nice shot from Grim, though, but he clears this angle. Does he go back to check again? He does. They've realized the Big Azera is still here. Can they do anything about it, though? He's going to clear out 3 players. He should have been dead a long, long time ago. And now Naf is left. 1v2.
He has no Kevlar. Aim punch could be a problem, and he's been spotted. 38 seconds left. He's also being flanked. The probability of him winning this round is so low, but that smoke may have done more harm than good because it's effectively isolated these 2 CTs from one another. They've got the backs to each other, and PKL spins around and finally sees Naf and puts him down.
The fact that this is an ESEA advanced team, 2 rounds away now from eliminating Team Liquid. Now, there's a quick trade, but it goes in favor in the end of Pain. They are looking to take the fight to Liquid, as they've done throughout this map. There is no shying away from it. This team loves to brawl, and they come through once again. 15-8, looking to try and battle for their title, retain it, in fact.
A healthy dosage of grenades, but they may not get the luxury of using them. Although Hajao does wide peek with that grenade, it's only going to do damage, and he manages to escape. Safe with the flick onto Fallen, and now the T's look to push in. Safe is relocating to the back of the site. Molotov on balcony, somewhat stymies and stalls the push, but not for long, as Naflight's now sprung into action with the MAC-10, trying to save Liquid desperately. Already 2 kills come up, but no control over the bomb, and he has to play through a smoke and flashes, waiting, anticipating that maybe PKL pushes him, but if he comes round the corner, there is Nekis, and there is the absolute shock surprise result. Liquid are done.
While Pain Gaming have just single-handedly destroyed all talent predictions for this event. Probably every prediction in the chat was 97%, something absurd.